this UFC shit aside, there's a topic that I feel like you wanted me to talk about more than I even wanted to talk about.
I'm just keen to find out because you did. So
I haven't told you anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so
why
there's that curiosity.
Yeah. So you tripped on acid for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Was it last week or two weekends ago?
2 weekends ago. And I kind of knew as well when I was coming up on it because I've done enough shit where I was like, this is good. This is going to be strong.
Yeah.
And my mate looked across at me who's done it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he went, bro, this is really good, strong acid.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him and he's like, I don't know. And I was like, bro, it is too late for this shit. The fuck are you talking about? I'm like, we're on this train now. We're not talking about that no more. I'm like, we're in for a ride. Yeah. I was like, when he started talking about that, I was like, holy fuck, what?
Wait, so what time did you take it? Did you take it in the
Midday.
afternoon? Midday?
Yeah.
Was it a nice day out or what?
Yeah, but I didn't get to go outside, bro. Because the thing is, I live in like these apartment kind of style block buildings, so we all share the same backyard and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
So and I couldn't walk, and it was like a wrong road, so I couldn't just go out the front and walk down the road, bro.
Okay.
It was too much of a fucking wig out, G. Look, I've got a couple of things written down for it.
Yeah.
The issue that I had with it was we ended up having too many sober people around at the house.
Right. That'll kill a vibe.
Oh, bro, I was stuck in his fucking lounge room and tripping like because my housemate and I were like kind of like on the same link and the same level for a while there.
Yep.
And then heaps of people rocked up and it was like I started understanding how sensitive you are tripping on acid, where even someone opening a bottle of Coke changes your fucking trip, bro.
Yeah.
And the other part of it was I'm also thankful I've done some heavy shroom trips, a couple of heavier shroom trips before, and just like been in some holes with when I party.
Yeah.
Because I had to pretty much face some demons in this fucking trip, in this dark room with sober people, like by myself, and just completely internalize everything.
Why didn't you just go to your room and just chill in your room?
I wanted to, but there was something stopping me doing it, bro.
Okay, got you.
There was something just I just didn't want to be sitting in it just felt like it felt like I was going to be sitting in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
So I was like,
you get claustrophobic and shit.
But I tried going outside at one point. I stood out there and I wigged out because I was like, I don't want anyone fucking coming down and talking to me right now.
That is true.
The world was bending on me, bro.
Yeah. So were you listening to music and shit? Did you have
so the
music?
come up was great, bro, because we were like listening to music and we had Benny, my other housemate.
Yeah.
He came through and he's like a mechanic from fucking Noosa in Queensland, so he's about it.
Oh, he's about it.
Yeah. He just comes in and he's like he put on this psychedelic like trip music with like the videos and stuff like that, and that was sick. But the thing that I found, just give me a sec. One thing that I noticed with acid, it's super fucking weird, is shrooms aren't weird. I don't find them tripping on them. Like, you don't have weird encounters or engagements or whatever. Acid's fucking weird, bro.
What do you mean by weird?
I think because you're so sensitive to the trip and like things that are going on that it can get weird. It's just how someone put it to me when I was talking about to them about this afterwards. They're like, it's going to be weird every time you do it, bro.
Yeah.
They're like, it's just a weird thing.
When I first took acid, I was just thinking, fuck, consciousness is not what I thought consciousness was.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Because your perception of consciousness itself is so different.
Yeah.
And I put it this way, it feels like there's a lot of dreams in your head, and every second you can be in a different dream.
Yeah.
And you can fall into those different dreams those dreams can feel like they last for like half an hour, an hour.
Yeah.
But they're probably like 20 seconds in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Did you have a lot of visuals as well?
Yeah, I got a lot of visuals. Yeah. But I found because of all these energies and stuff like that around me, I fell into some things. Like, at one point I saw I saw myself as this like sun, right? Or this ball of light, right? Just a sec. Crack my back. And then spanning off from me was all these thin lines. And then they were like connecting to these tiny little planets or like stars and like planets. And it was all my friends.
Right.
But I realized that I was looking at it from an egotistical point of view because I was seeing it like I was the center of this type universe type thing. And then all of a sudden this network of lines that I had out lit up and all my friends grew into like giant balls of light too. And then everyone they sort of knew beamed off and then lit up again. And I was like, then I went into the saying, my head went into the saying that we're only 2 people away from knowing everyone in the world. And then I saw my friend Mick. He like formed up in front of me, type thing in this thing that I was seeing. And then he like folded, bro. And no, sorry. he formed up in front of me, and then he opened up into the thing that I was seeing, and then it folded back into him. And I was like, I looked over at my housemate that I was tripping with, and I was like, bro, we've all got a galaxy inside of us.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, we're just
so you had this like a closed eye trip, right? You were just closing.
Yeah. That was, I was just like, fucking whoa. So like, I got to like going to a couple of things like that, but then something would happen, or someone would open the door to the lounge room, whatever, and it'd just like take me completely out of it, bro. And for half a second, I'd kind of have a bit of a wig out, or, dude, I didn't realize you could get violent thoughts on acid.
I mean, I guess you could, yeah.
Yeah, I got a moment of like real. I was getting annoyed at the people around me not fucking getting that I was on acid, bro.
Yeah.
I felt like I well advertised it before I did this session, man. And I was trying to play the cricket was on, and for some reason that started the trip. That was happening when the trip started.
Yeah.
So to us, probably gonna have to bleep that name by the way. To us, that cricket was grounding us and also giving us something for us to come back to and like talk
a totem pole.
Exactly, it was a totem pole, and I had some people complaining about it initially and stuff like that.
Got you.
And I remember thinking, I told people not to touch it, but I remember feeling like if someone turns this cricket off right now, and full well knowing how I'm feeling, I'm gonna bash them like a monkey.
Yeah.
Like I literally for half a second saw red if someone wanted to like bitch this to the point where they took the cricket off me. It's like I went straight into like fuck off, go away, fuck off and do it somewhere, like go watch something somewhere. I had like, it was like 10 minutes of just like frustration, bro.
I mean, that's what happens though. Like each thought, you can go into like a rabbit hole.
100%.
That's how people have bad trips as well.
Yeah.
That's why I think, dude, setting is so important, man.
I recognize that with that one.
It's so important.
But the thing is, I thought I was going to be able to walk off to the park down the road, bro. I couldn't.
You were too high, or?
I was too fucking high.
Yeah.
And I had a cone after the peak of the trip, and that fucking sent me, bro. But one thing I wasn't told, bro, is that it hit you like 20 minutes later.
After the cone?
Yeah.
Yo, the cone just gets you tripping even harder, dude.
Oh, that sent me into another galaxy, bro.
Yeah.
I was
insane.
Dude, so my housemate and I were like crying acid at one point.
Yeah.
At the same time. It was like bleeding out of us, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And then after I hit the cone and it threw me back up again, I felt like I had to lay back, close my eyes because my eyes melted out, and like I could feel shit coming out of my fingertips. I felt like I had to, my throat and mouth and everything was melting in on each other. And I felt like I had to open my mouth to release the acid to get like some form of like relief type thing. This wasn't super negative either. This was like me just kind of going through the motions of it, right? And I like opened my mouth and I felt like the acid was just like draining out of my mouth, bro. And like running down my body and stuff like that. Yeah, bro. But I just didn't. So I'm getting another tab today, by the way. Or like I'm putting in money for one.
It's coming back.
I'm going to be tripping again soon, so that now that I understand acid a bit more, I'm going to control the setting and the environment way better. And I'm going to set it up for me, and I'm going to have the things that I want to go into that I sort of I briefly touched on when I was tripping on acid. But I feel like also at the same time, that first trip was more of an experiment for me to see what happens on acid and to be able to use it as a tool moving forward. Because I was trying to get shrooms because I was super depressed, man. Yeah. I was trying to get shrooms, and it's not shroom season. No one had fucking shrooms. I literally thought, and shrooms is like, I feel like is like acid and stuff like that. And there's something that like my ex taught me was that it's they find you when you need them, which is kind of interesting. Like even like weed and stuff like that, just like natural helpful things. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get some acid then, because I'm like feeling like shit. I need something to change.
Yeah, man. One thing about psychedelics is it really helps you, I don't know, calibrate your mind, kind of.
100%.
Because sometimes you get stuck in everyday life and you don't really think about the things you think about when you're on acid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it definitely opens up that thing. But I was coming home from training and my housemate messaged me. He's like, yo, I'm back on this day. Do you want to do an acid trip with me, bro? Yeah. And he's like, I know you haven't done one yet. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. He's exactly like when I was looking for shrooms when I broke up with my girl and I came here and you're like, hey, yo, you don't want to do some shrooms and like have a roll? And I'm like, It's the universe,
Yeah.
bro. Just like giving
It
me
just
a little,
happens.
give me a little tap.
A little nudge, yeah.
Exactly,
It
man.
is, but you had a good trip. Then no, like
No,
I guess
there
you
was
had
no.
those.
I was really. I remember leaving really proud of myself actually because I had some real dark moments in that trip, bro.
I think that happens to everyone though. It's always like that.
And I was able to like, I didn't voice them. I didn't
Yeah.
freak out or spaz out or anything like that. I just kind of walked away from them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I had a couple of like
Anxious
weird moments where I was like closing my eyes and I was like talking to some friends of mine that are no longer here and stuff like that. And I was like, my eyes were kind of like on my hands and I was kind of like, but it was like because they couldn't see. So I was trying to get them to see me.
Right.
Dude, it was fucking that part. Some of those were pretty intense, man. And
Right.
it was like,
There's always that anxiety
people
feeling
crawling
as
in,
well,
like,
right?
mud and stuff
Were you
like that.
anxious at all?
no, the thing is,
Oh, really?
I was never anxious, bro. I was never. Here's one thing that the trip was teaching me was it was more telling me the whole. Because you know how when you trip with some things, that there's kind of like there's repeating kind of floated or message to it all type thing that you pick up on. For me, that one was go with the flow and just let things be.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, literally, what I told myself. What something the acid was telling me was that if I just go with this, nothing bad is going to happen. When I resist, we're going to fuck with you.
I feel like that's the case too because I have friends I've tried acid with, and they're the type of people that are like trying to control everything.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
can,
no.
bro. Because
No,
once your
no.
mind goes into like a negative thought, and you're like, oh no, I can't control this, you get even deeper into that negative thought.
100%. And I think it's also going in. I was able to go in. Dude, side note, thank fuck I didn't take this shit when I was younger, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If I took this when I was like 19, 20, 21, I would have had a very terrible time.
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
like some of the things that I went into on my mind on that trip and some of the things that I sort of saw to myself and stuff like that, I wasn't ready to kind of like, I had a lot of emotional release after that trip and I was like tripping for like 18 hours, bro.
Yeah, I think it's good to trip when you're a bit older because you have that maturity to like look at yourself in a different way. Or I don't know, maybe
But
if
you
take
go in
it-
with the mindset that you understand that this could throw some weird shit at you.
Right,
and
that too.
you've got the maturity, the emotional maturity to go into it if you feel it's going to be healing, or to walk away from it if you think it's going to fuck with you.
And I think it's one of those psychedelics, especially. It's one of those things that you should research before you do it because some people just take it on a whim. Like you
I
can
ask
take
people so many questions about.
yeah,
their
you can
fucking
take like
acid
Molly
trip.
on a whim. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You know what
bro,
I mean?
let me tell you about taking fucking. You can just take Molly on a whim, can you, bro? Mate, I
Tell me about it.
took Molly on a whim the first time that I had it.
Yeah.
I didn't know people would. It was like a point and a bit, bro. In these, because Brisbane was doing this really good MD at this point, bro. For like
This was young Cav?
Yeah.
How young was Cav?
Oh, Cav was fucking like 20.
Oh, 20. Okay,
Yeah,
that's okay. That's a good
It's like-
that's a good age.
Yeah. 20, 21. Yeah. Nah, dude. 20. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
19, 20. I don't know.
yeah, around there.
Prescriptions was my thing before
Yeah.
anything else, bro. Dude, I didn't know. I just thought people were taking them like that. And the people who had been eating them for the last couple of years, yeah. But most people were taking them out and putting them on the tray and crushing it up or putting it in their drink or just whatever, you know. These days now, I definitely just eat it. But dude, I fucking ate this point in a bit. And I was standing outside and I just I wasn't trying to be tough or hard. I just thought that that's what people were fucking doing with it. Super dumb.
Yeah.
Super dumb. But the thing with it is 20 minutes later, I'm in the shower, standing there while my fucking boss is checking in on me all the time because I was fucking gacked, bro.
This is at a house party, right?
Yeah,
I think you
yeah,
told me
this is
this
before we went out, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, before you
Dude,
went out.
I thought, so someone was coming in and these guys are all experienced on partying and whatnot. So that's why I started getting worried when one of the boys was like, fuck, man, do you actually think we need to take him somewhere?
Yeah, that's the worst part. When
Because I
people
was in the
start worrying,
shower and it was freezing and my head was cooking, bro.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pass out like a couple of times, but I did know that when you pass out on uppers is when you get brain damage because your hypothalamus can't regulate the temperature and that's when you cook. Yeah, man, that was a fucking that come up was probably one of the wildest rides of my life, bro. Like the world vibrated around me. I went and I just started like it wasn't like speeder, it was just like really good MD, and I had never rocked on it before. And it fucking sent me, bro. There was one point when I crawled out of the shower and I looked in the mirror. I was like, oh god, thank God I looked straight. And then I looked again and my arms came up like a fucking T-Rex, bro, like a pterodactyl T-Rex, bro. And I was like, nah. And I went back in the shower.
Yeah.
But plot twist, fucking Cav being the animal that he is, once I cleared up from that, I was dressed and ready before everyone else, and I was the first one through the pub doors, bro.
Yeah.
The bouncer looked at me and he just knew straight away. Like, dude, I walked in fucking humming and my eyeballs were like black, mate.
And he still let you in.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just chilling, bro. We were just like, I think we had like a table for like the work party or something like that, you know.
The moral of the story is before you try anything, make sure you do your research.
I love you going. You just take Molly. I thought I was gonna die for like hours, bro.
No, but it's different though.
I
You
thought
see,
I was gonna die. Yeah,
but that's like a dosage thing though. If you took a little bit,
it's 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, one thing I wanted to get into was the difference I found between acid and shrooms.
right?
I find acid more cosmic, more intergalactic type, right? And I find shrooms more spiritual and more grounding and more nature orientated.
I totally agree with
So
that
I
nature
hear
part.
people talking about when they're on acid and they're talking about that they love the visuals from the trees and stuff like that, and they talk about how they feel connected. I didn't feel anything. I mean, I felt it, but I didn't compare to how I feel on shrooms about like the earth and things like that. But how I felt about like the energy and the universe and the galaxy expanded and how we're all connected, that was like way different on acid.
Right.
It was more, I find it was more expanding on acid, whereas shrooms is kind of more grounding.
Right.
I felt that was my opinion on that one.
My
But
l-
I'll have to let you know how my next trip goes.
No, my last trip on shrooms, I definitely felt more connected with nature,
Yeah.
especially because I think it's setting too, because I was in the botanical gardens and shit.
But the thing is, shrooms I feel make you want to find it. That the acid didn't necessarily make me want to find some nature. The shrooms make me want to go find some dirt
Gotcha.
and dig my toes in.
Yeah. I think I got it.
So what if I loaded and shoot and kill? It's nothing I feel. She sucking my dick.
Hey, you lot, you're rolling with Rav and Cav. Quick shout out for listening through to the clip and giving it a watch, view, liking, subscribing, sharing it, all that good shit. And yeah, thanks heaps.
Yeah, head on over to our channel for full episodes and other content. Thank you, people.
You do it